席执行长 JR Ridinger。
What a pleasure. Edward Chen, you showed that just like I wrote it. I can actually understand it because as an unfranchised, we do it the same everywhere in the world. Just like a Starbucks or McDonald's. So I actually could understand his Mandarin. I've shown the plan 10,000 times. How many people here tonight are new, seeing it for the first or second time? Can I see that? You raise your hand. You're like, wow. Somebody's going to grow. That's fabulous. I don't know what they did to get you here tonight, but it looks like they're not going to let you leave. Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to be long tonight. I'll be here with all of the unfranchised owners tomorrow to share a lot of great stuff. But I know that the mind can only absorb what the rear end can endure. We're about there right now, aren't we? For you new people, it's been a long evening. But this may be the greatest day of your life, whether you realize it or not. The first thing that I want to speak to the new people. I'll speak to the UFOs tomorrow. By the way, Edward Chen, you showed that very, very well. He's a teacher. He is still a teacher as an unfranchised owner. The difference is he makes over 560,000 new Taiwan dollars per month teaching Market America. I think that's more than a teacher makes in a school, right? He does it very well. I want to dispel a myth. There's a myth that most people believe in, that you have to be smart to make a lot of money. Would you agree with that? Don't most people think you have to be really smart to make a lot of money? Yes or no? Agree? Well, I proved them wrong. You don't have to be that smart. You have to be awake. You have to be alert. So, I have learned that sometimes the smart people are the ones who have the most difficulty making money because they spend all their time figuring out how everything won't work. You know anybody like that? So your mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open. So I hope your mind is open. And the only exercise some people get is jumping to conclusions. Don't miss this one. In this room, there are thousands of people making substantial residual income. There are hundreds that are making 6 figures per month in new Taiwan dollars. And the difference between you and them is that they listened to it, it made sense, and they tried it. And it worked. But if you don't try, you'll never know. So I hope that you'll keep an open mind. Now look, don't worry about figuring out everything tonight. If you figured all this out and you can remember it all and understand it all, you're the smartest person that I've ever met. I mean, there's a lot here, a lot of numbers, a lot of diagrams, a lot of figures, a lot of terms. You know, If you can remember all that, you're a lot smarter than me. Look, I invented it, and I didn't figure it out in one night. So how are you going to figure it out in one night? There's a lot to hear. Look, if you think that you really understand it, I'm very proud of you. You're a very smart person, but I bet you can't explain it back to me. I bet you that you can't draw it back to me. That's a good test, isn't it? Because by the time the presentation's over, you've forgotten 90% of it. But let me tell you what the most important thing is. The most important thing is that when Edward was showing the plan, he asked you, would you prefer the 2 to 3 year plan or the 45-year plan? Now remember what the 45-year plan is. Most people work their whole lives, starting when they get out of school until they're 65, hoping to be able to retire and have a nice life. Who wants to wait until 65 anyway? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I want to live right away, right? Don't you want to live your dreams sooner? You don't want to wait until you're 65 years old. That's stupid. Work 45 years and at 65 start to live? Whoever came up with that idea? And beyond that, the reality, the fact is that 95% of the people that work for 45 years end up broke. I hate to tell you this, we were lied to. We were lied to by our parents, by our teachers, by our companies, that we would be okay if we worked our whole life hard, and we would end up and be able to have a nice life and a nice retirement and security. The facts are that 95% of the people work their whole life and they end up broke with hardly enough to get by. Do you understand that? Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So what is this about tonight? This is about you getting enough information. By the way, how could there be this many people get together if there wasn't something to this? When was the last time that you had 11,000 people come to your house? Something's going on. I don't care what you think, something is going on here. And it must work. So keep an open mind and get more information. But here's my point. I want to congratulate you because you chose the 2 to 3 year plan over the 45-year plan. You said, yes, I would prefer to do a program that gives me a plan for my own financial success where I can become part of that 5% of financially independent people rather than working for 45 years and ending up broke. That means that you're smarter than 95% of the people out there. And I don't know how you got here. Maybe somebody picked you up on their moped or their motorbike and you have no way to get home and you're stuck. But you're here. And I want to make sure that you go away with something of value. And residual income is the greatest treasure in the world. It normally is reserved for the elite and the privileged. We average people, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I was poor. So average people never have a chance to get a residual income. Do you understand what a residual income is? You don't work for 45 years and end up broke. You put time in once to create something, make something, invent something, build something, and it pays you for the rest of your life. Normally, you have to be a movie star or a rock star or invent something or already have capital, and that's not fair, and have apartment complexes or something. This was built to allow the average person who had ambition and dreams and drive to be able to have the same residual income as a movie star would have. That's what we're talking about tonight. Do you understand that? You don't believe it? Just look at these people over here. Come to the convention, the sessions this weekend. There's hundreds of people that were just average, that have a huge residual income and are set for life. So that's what you're here to discover. Now, as I said, don't worry about figuring out all this tonight. You chose a 2 to 3 year plan. So the biggest question right now, being that you sat through this whole thing, is, will it work for me? Isn't that the truth? You chose a 2 to 3 year plan, but you don't know how to do it. You don't know what to do. You have a little bit, see, if you're like me, I've heard everything and I don't believe anything. And that's good to be skeptical, isn't it? So that we don't get taken advantage of. And I respect that. You should feel that way a little bit. But you see, the real question in your mind, if you were listening and you chose a 2 to 3 year plan, the real question is, will it work for me? Because if you knew you were going to make hundreds of thousands of new Taiwan dollars per month, there would be no question whether you would do it or not. Isn't that true? I need to hear that. You would, wouldn't you? So see, that's the real question. The real question, you were smart enough to choose a 2 to 3 year plan over the 45 year plan, but you don't know how to make it work, and you're not sure if it will work for you. And you're scared, or you're just, confused, and you can't remember everything. That's normal. That's good. Okay, so I don't let anybody into this business unless they see it 3 times. So you can't even get in unless you see it 3 times, and I have a reason for that. You see, the first time that you see it, some of you, that was tonight. Some of you are seeing it the second time. But when you see it the first time, it creates more questions than it answers. I'll let the translation go through. Do you understand that? Do you agree with that? Yes or no? So it creates more questions. Now the second time that you see it, you see things that you didn't see the first time. And light bulbs start to go off. How many people have experienced that? I need a response because these lights are so bright I can't see you. Okay. Now, the third time that you see it, by the way, why would you want to take any job, get into anything, or start a business that's going to change your life if you didn't see it at least 3 times and understand it? You already agreed that you can't show it back to me, so relax. Nothing's going to happen tonight. Nobody's going to ask you for any money. Nobody's going to try to get you in. But what they did do was show you a lot of respect, because they said, I can only take on so many people, and I'd like to consider you as one of my partners. So you should thank that person for that and nothing else, even if you're not interested. They showed you a lot of respect. You understand that? That's a big thing. Okay, so you need to see it 3 times. And in that process, you want to try the product and take a tour of shop.com universal shopping cart and the shopping experience. I want to tell you why. If you see it 3 times and are selected to be one of our partners, what we're going to give you is actually a Amazon.com in a box. But it's shop.com. That's a better name, isn't it? But it has all the technology. 50 million products. 3,000 of our own brands. Extremely profitable. The website, the technology, the fulfillment, the credit card processing, the SEM, the SEO, the marketing, the training, everything, a turnkey system, shipping. You don't have to worry about anything. And you can build a business as big as Amazon. You have everything at your disposal. That's what we're doing. I'm going to tell you. One time I considered franchising this. So I went to the franchise syndicators, the pants are falling down from PLS. And I asked them, what could we charge? And they said, well, you don't have real estate, you don't have equipment, but you have a very profitable program and a lot of technology and a lot of support. We figured that you can get at least $129,000 per franchise. That's what it's worth. But my answer was, I can't do it. I won't do it. Because the purpose of this business is to make entrepreneurial opportunity available to the average person who doesn't have the money to afford it. And that's what we're all about. But you don't want to treat it as $100 or $1,000. What is the amount to get in New Taiwan dollars? How much? Huh? 12? Around 1,200 New Taiwan dollars. And you can't even put that money in until you try it out if you do it the way I do. Because we're going to make it work first. Because I don't want to take on anybody that's going to waste my time and not succeed. So I want to have a tryout first. And that lets you get to find out if it's going to work for you. And the way I built this whole business was to make it work first before I took the person on. I don't need your money. I don't want your money. I want your success. I want you to make money. And because that's the only thing that matters. It doesn't do us any good to take your money. It doesn't make us any money. And you're going to return it anyway if it doesn't work. Isn't that true? So why not make it work first? So you try the product, you tour shop.com's website with the person who brought you. Let them show you the power of this. And then take the shopping annuity assessment. Now, we didn't really get into this tonight, but I got to tell you what this is really all about. Would you agree that everybody, including you, your family, and everybody that you know, wishes that they had an investment or a nest egg that was yielding them an income and that gave them security that they could retire on? Would you agree with that? Yeah. Everybody wishes they could put some money into something and get kind of rich or well off or be financially secure. Yes or no? Okay, so everybody wants that, right? Why doesn't everybody have it? Well, number one, they don't have the money. The checkbook doesn't last long enough, okay? The checkbook runs out of money before the month runs out. How many people know what I'm talking about? They're out of money before the month is over. Isn't there anybody that experiences this here? How many people have extra money at the end of the month to invest or to save? No. So we're all, we all understand. Okay? And even if you did have the money to invest, let's suppose you got a great job and were making more than your friends, and you had some extra money to invest. In the topsy-turvy, volatile markets of the day, you better watch it really carefully, and you better know what you're doing, because there's a greater chance that you'll lose it than you'll make money. You understand that? Well, what about this? You don't have the money, or you don't have the time to watch it if you did invest, and you're probably going to lose it. What if you could take the money you spent? When you spend money, it's gone. What's the matter? My shirt? You know, that TLS really works. You take the money that you spent. Now, everybody has to live, right? You agree? And to live, you got to spend. True or false? So everybody has to shop, right? But everyone's always broke because they spent the money. True or false? Do you know anybody that doesn't have to spend money to live? I'd like to meet that person. Now, what we have done is created a system where that spent money, buying the same things that you were already buying, the same brands, the same types of product, the same money that you spend is going to work for you like money in the bank, like an investment, and earn you a residual income. Can you imagine that? Spent money that's usually gone is now working for you like money in the bank. It's economic alchemy. You know what alchemy is? Thousands of years ago, they wanted to turn lead into gold. They wanted to turn water into gold. They were alchemists. They couldn't do it. But we can take spent money and turn it into a residual income for you. Simply by moving where you buy the same brands, the same products, the same types of products to Market Taiwan or Shop.com. And it builds up an account for you, just like money in a bank, and pays you a residual income. Now, how many people think that's a good idea? So, we have an assessment that you can sit down with the person who invited you here and go through, and it basically shows you where you are leaking money. We know what the average amount of money is that a person in Taiwan spends to live in a household. And it breaks down where it's being spent, and you're going to say, yes, I spend that, I spend that, I spend that. And then we break down what types of things you're buying, and it shows you how to get the same thing online through Shop.com or Market Taiwan, and to get a credit into your account for residual income. And then everybody else that you lead to, because if it's working for you, you're not going to keep your big mouth shut, are you? You're going to hold it all in and not let anybody else know about it? So when they want to be involved, you're going to get credit for their spending too. And that's how you can get rich. It's just that simple. Hard to believe, I understand. Why has it never happened before? I'm going to tell you why. The establishment, the mass marketers, the old paradigm of brick and mortar stores and distribution and big advertising wants to keep us apart. They want to keep us separate. Because then they can charge us the most amount of money for everything that we buy, and we have no power. But in a digital world, that no longer has to be. And we can track what every one of you buy and who you lead to and what is bought from every brand, every merchant, every vendor. And that gives us collective buying power. If every single one of you was to buy a grocery from a store that we had online that was the same stuff that you bought anyway, how much muscle would we have with the price? Does that make sense to you? They listen. We have that power, just like social networking. We have that power. It's never been possible before. With our universal shopping cart, our tracking system, our MPCP, and all the products that we have everything that anyone and everyone buys. And you can learn this simple system. And if it works for you, you're going to want to share it with other people. And it's just like going to a movie or restaurant. You tell somebody, they tell somebody, they tell somebody. It tracks all of that. And you get credit for it. How many people like that idea? Thank you. That's what it's all about. So, the big question is, will it work for me? And our big question is, are you the right person for me to work with? Because I can only work with so many. And when you become involved, you don't know anything. So we have to go to work. When you sign up, somebody who signed you up basically works for you. And they can't make any money unless you make money. Think about that for a minute. You want to start a dry cleaning business? You want to start a restaurant? Go find somebody that'll help you who's already in the business. They'll help you right out of business. Here you have the best people making money, experts that are going to focus on helping you succeed. So here's what we do. We want to know if you're the right person, if you're worth our time, if we should put you on our soccer team or our ball team, whether we should sign you. And you're wondering, should I sign up because it might not work? I don't know if it'll work. I don't want anyone to use the word money as an excuse. We will make the money if we have to, if you will lead to the people and do what we show you. That's secondary. A little sweat equity. I never had any money. Nobody would loan me any money. The best thing they did was kick me when I was down. You don't need money if you have ambition. You say, we will show you how to earn it. So don't let that be an excuse. None of these people over here that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year or a month in new Taiwan dollars would refuse anybody if they would lead the people and do what they said. Because you'd be making the money the first month. So what's the issue? Does everybody understand that? Huh? Oh, I got to get their check in. You get their check after they get some people in. It works just as well, doesn't it? I'll teach that tomorrow. So, you can be one of the people they choose to do a trial run with. I call it a test market, a trial run. You came tonight. They selected you as one of their top possibilities. They would like you to be a partner. They're going to go to work to make it work for you. Now, what they want to know about you is, are you going to be worth my while to do this with? And here's what it takes for me. One, you have to be enthusiastic. Enthusiastic. Two, you have to be coachable and cooperative. You don't know what to do, we do know what to do. Obviously, we didn't get all these people in this room not knowing what to do. Would you agree with that? And thirdly, you have to follow the system. You don't need to know anything else. If you do those three things, we'll do a test run for 90 days. We can do it in 30 days if you want to go fast. I know you got a lot of stuff going on. You got school, you got babies, you got girlfriends, boyfriends, you got problems, you got church, whatever. You got a lot of stuff going on, right? So I don't want to rush you, I don't want to upset your apple cart. But in 30 to 90 days, we're going to run it up the flagpole to see if some people know the right people. We're not going to try to get them in. We're going to tell them about this new internet marketing shopping annuity concept, and I want you to evaluate it. I want to see what you think. You may or may not be interested, but you may know the right people. In which case, you lead to somebody that can mean some money to you. So there's no pressure. Does everybody understand that? No pressure on the person you're inviting. And we'll do that for 30 to 90 days. And at the end of that 30 to 90 days, if you have people clamoring to buy the product, wanting the product, loving the product, and you have 2 to 4 people who want to be partners and say, hey, don't leave me out. I want to be one of them. I want to be one of you too. At the end of 90 days, if that has happened, there's no decision to make. You don't have to make a decision because it already worked. You're already making money. So if it already worked, and people are buying the product and we have the people in that are growing and doing it, what decision is there to make? Is anybody going to say, no, I don't want to do it, give it to somebody else? Give the income to somebody else? Come on! Good, your mama doesn't have a dumb kid. Okay. So there's no decision to make. And then you learn how this works by making friends with all the people who are in. We have an incredible family here. Imagine me, a little guy coming from nowhere that starts a company in North Carolina, standing on this stage with 11,000, 13,000 a night, tomorrow 29,000, whatever it is, people that have joined, and I can't even speak Mandarin. I've never been here until I met these people. That's a miracle. The miracle, it almost makes me cry. But it works. I have learned that the Chinese people are the most industrious, ambitious, smartest people I have ever met. Much more so than they are in the United States, except the Asians here, the Taiwanese. And we're going to build all Asia out of this. So now's the time to become involved. What's the matter? I'm falling apart? I get some suspenders next time.